Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Sit up, please. I have prepared a game, an interesting game. Do you like to play?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we will play the game Who is Who. Now I will divide class into 4 groups. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here is the rule. The 4 groups will guess who is being talked about. There are 3 suggestions for you to guess. And each suggestion lasts 10 seconds. If you can guess correctly based on the first sentence, you will get 20 points. And for second sentence, you will get 50 points. And the last one, you will get 10 points. And the group with the highest score will be the winner. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's start the game. Now, this person was born on September 26, 1981. No one can. Now the second. She is America. Okay, you please. Your heart? Okay, it's not correct answer. Now, continue. The last sentence. She was considered among the greatest tennis players of all time.
My answer is Serena Williams.
Your answer is correct. Okay, Serena Williams. So how many marks they will get?
10.
Now, so group 1 get 10 points. Okay, now the next. Now, this person was born on 7th November 1867. Can you? Okay, the next. You, please.
I think she is Marie Curie.
Marie Curie. That is a correct answer. And the more information about her, she died on 4 July 1934. And she was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Okay, thank you. So how many marks, class?
20 points.
Very good. Group 3 get 20 points. Okay. And the next. Now this person was born on 16 December 1775. Okay, you please.
I think she Jane Austen.
Yes, right. And she died on 18 July 1817. And she was an English novelist. And she is Jane Austen. Good job. How many marks? Who class? 20 points. Okay, group 4 get 20 points. And the last person, who is the quickest? She was born in 1937 in Moscow. Okay, you please. Now, group 3, please.
I think we Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart. Okay, another group have a chance to get. Now the second suggestion. On July 16, 1963, she became the first and the youngest woman who went to space. Now? Okay, you please.
I think that's Yuri Gagarin.
Yuri Gagarin. Very sorry, it's not correct answer. No one can guess. Now the last one. Sit down, please. She was the most famous for being the first female astronaut. Astronaut, do you know? Now, let's look at the screen. She is Valentina Tereshkova. She is an astronaut. So group 1 got 10 points. Group 2, 0 points. Group 3, 20 points. And group 4, 20 points. So who is the winner? Group 3 and Group 4 are the winners. Congratulations. Look at the screen. And we can see only women here, not men. And as you know, women can do job as men. So can you guess the topic of our lesson today? Now who can? Nga, please.
I think today we study about gender equality.
Okay, good job. Gender equality is the topic of our lesson today. Thank you. And I have one small picture. Do you know who she is? Do you know? You please.
I think it's Amelia Earhart.
Do you know any information about her? To know more information about this woman, today we are going to listen about her. Unit 5, Gender Equality, Period 45, Lesson 3:1. Now who class? Let's start with part listening. Now okay, firstly I will provide you with some new words. Now the first word is record. It's a noun. Look at the picture and listen an example. He sets a new record in the high jump. So can you guess record what it means? Okay, you please.
Là kỷ lục.
You're right. It means kỷ lục. Sit down, please. Solo have the same meaning with alone, without other people. It's an adjective and adverb. Now who can guess the meaning of this word? Now you please.
Solo is mean for me.
Okay, solo. Now and the next. The next word is navigator. Navigator is a person in a vehicle who decides the direction in which the vehicle travels. So, what does navigator mean in Vietnamese? Now you.
Navigator, it means người lái.
It means người lái. And it has the meaning hoa tiêu. And the last one, disappear, is a verb. Now look at the screen. Appear and disappear. Now so what does it mean? Now you please.
I think disappear is mean biến mất.
Okay, you're right, biến mất. Now okay, who class? Listen and repeat. Record. 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 Solo. 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 Navigator. 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 Disappear. 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 Okay, now who can read aloud the words?
Record, solo, navigator, disappear.
Record.
Record,
Record. Not record. Thank you. Now let's move on to the next part. Now in this part, you are required to listen and decide if the following statements are true or false. How many statements are there, whole class?
6.
Now, you read 6 statements to understand and underline the key words. Now, for example, in statement 1, the key words are the talk, taking place, and airport. Now, you continue with the rest. You have 2 minutes. Do you understand the requirement?
Yeah.
Now start. Have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay, and here are the keywords. Now, you listen and decide if the following statements are true or false. Now, when you listen, you pay attention to the keywords. If the information in the statements are similar to the listening text, we select true. If the information in the statements are different from the listening text, we select false.
Yes.
Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Louder, are you ready?
Yes.
Now, listen.
Unit 5. Gender Equality. Lesson 3. Track 57. Listening. Listen to a talk about Amelia Earhart.
Good morning and welcome to Women of History. I'm going to talk about Amelia Earhart, one of the most famous female pilots of the 20th century. She actually learned how to fly right here. Amelia was born in Atchison, Kansas in 1897 and grew up with her parents and younger sister. When she was 24, she took her first flying lesson. 6 months later, she bought her first plane. She used it to set her first woman's record by flying as high as 14,000 feet. In 1928, she became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. 7 years later, she became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific. Amelia was the first woman to do things only male pilots did. The American people loved her, and she even received a medal from the president. In 1937, she was ready for a last challenge. She wanted to be the first woman to fly around the world. On June 1st, Amelia and her navigator, Fred Noonan, began their 29,000-mile journey. On July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart's plane disappeared. The last time anyone heard from her was at 8:45 a.m. Despite many searches over the years, no one knows what happened to Amelia Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan. Today, she is remembered for being one of the greatest female pilots of the 20th century.
Okay, so how many statements have you decided after the first listening?
6.
6. And other student? You? How many?
Many are 6.
6. Okay, you?
4.
4. Do you need to listen again?
Yes.
Now, listen again and do the rest.
Unit 5. Gender Equality. Lesson 3. Track 57. Listening. Listen to a talk about Amelia Earhart.
Good morning and welcome to Women of History. I'm going to talk about Amelia Earhart, one of the most famous female pilots of the 20th century. She actually learned how to fly right here. Amelia was born in Atchison, Kansas in 1897 and grew up with her parents and younger sister. When she was 24, she took her first flying lesson. 6 months later, she bought her first plane. She used it to set her first woman's record by flying as high as 14,000 feet. In 1928, she became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. 7 years later, she became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific. Amelia was the first woman to do things only male pilots did. The American people loved her, and she even received a medal from the president. In 1937, she was ready for a last challenge. She wanted to be the first woman to fly around the world. On June 1st, Amelia and her navigator, Fred Noonan, began their 29,000-mile journey. On July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart's plane disappeared. The last time anyone heard from her was at 8:45 a.m. Despite many searches over the years, no one knows what happened to Amelia Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan. Today, she is remembered for being one of the greatest female pilots of the 20th century.
So now you work in pair to compare the answer. You have 1 minute. Now work in pair. Now, okay. The time is over. And now, let's play game. Give book secrets game. Now I have a 6 gift box secret. Do you want to get gifts?
Yes.
Now, who is the first? Raise hand, please. Number do you like? You, please.
I like number 2.
Okay, number 2. This statement is true or false?
This sentence is 4.
Can you explain the choice?
14,000 feet, not 40,000 feet.
Not 40,000 feet. Is 14,000 feet. Okay, do you agree with her?
Yes.
Now let's check her answer.
She used it to set her first woman's record by flying as high as 14,000 feet.
Now, okay, so 4 is correct answer. So you will get a gift. Okay, you get a gift. Merry Christmas. Now, who won? Now you please. Which number do you like?
Number 6.
Number 6. So statement 2 is true or false?
I think statement is 2.
True. Number 2 is true. Okay. Do you agree with her?
No.
As idea. Now Chung, please.
I think it's 4.
Is 4. Now can you correct it? Which information is 4?
34.
34? Which number?
24.
24. As the idea who glass?
No.
Let's check his answer.
When she was 24, she took her first flying lesson.
So this sentence is, you have a correct answer, so you will get a present. Now here is your present. Okay, you are given to candy. Here are the candy. Who wants to be the next person to get gift? Now you please.
I choose number 5.
Number 5. Now true or false?
I think it's true.
True. Okay. As I do class, the girl sitting next to him.
I think it's 4.
4. Okay. Can you explain the choice?
Pacific Ocean is 4.
Oh. And the right information is
Atlantic Ocean.
okay, Pacific. And Atlantic. Now ask the idea who class. Let's check her answer.
In 1928, she became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean.
You're right. Well done. And 2 is incorrect answer. 4 is correct answer. Here is your gift. You are also given 2 candy. Okay. Now congratulations. The next. Chang, please. Number 1. 2 or 4? Ask the idea class. No. Do you agree with her? Yes. Okay, let's check.
Today, she is remembered for being one of the greatest female pilots of the 20th century.
So 2 is correct answer. And here is your gift. You are given a rose on the screen. Now, who volunteer? The boy. You?
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay. Now, give me the answer.
I think 2.
True. Do you agree with him? Yes. As the idea? No. Let's check his answer.
Good morning and welcome to Women of History. I'm going to talk about Amelia Earhart, one of the most famous female pilots of the 20th century. She actually learned how to fly right here.
She actually learned how to fly right here. It means at the airport. So, 2 is correct answer. Now, so here is your gift. You get a quiz. All the best to you. Now the last one, who volunteer? This statement is true or false?
True.
True. Now ask your class.
No.
Okay, let's check her answer.
She wanted to be the first woman to fly around the world.
So the information in listening text is similar to statement 5. So it is true. So can you guess what gift she will get? You are given a pen. Now you look through the listening part. Now look at the picture and answer the question. Do you know who this woman is? You please. Helen Gibson. So, what do you think her job was? You?
I think she was stunt woman.
Okay. So, do you know any information about this woman?
No.
Okay. To know more some information about this woman, we are going to read a passage about her. So let's move on to past reading. Now in this part, I will also provide you with some new words. Now, some new vocabulary. Now the first word is stunt. Stunt is a noun. For example, her latest stunt is riding a motorcycle through a ring of flames. So, can you guess what stunt means? Now, you?
I think stunt is mean trò biểu diễn nguy hiểm.
Good job. It means trò biểu diễn nguy hiểm. Next, stunt woman. Stunt woman is a woman who performs stunts, especially in start of an actor in a film or television program. So, can you guess? Can you please?
Stunt woman is mean nữ diễn viên đóng thế.
Nữ diễn viên đóng thế. Is a large jump or sudden movement, usually from one place to another. So, what does it mean? Leap. Now, you please.
Leap is cú nhảy.
It means cú nhảy. It's a noun. Now, class, now listen and repeat. Stunt. Stunt. Stunt woman. Stunt woman. Leap. Leap. Okay, who can read aloud the words? Okay, you please.
Stunt woman. Leap.
Good job. Sit down, please. Thank you. And now, we move on to pass. Read the text and choose the best answer. A, B, or C. Okay, so how many questions are there, who class? 5. So now, you read 5 questions to understand and underline the key words. And then, you also read option A, B, and C. And then, you go back to the reading text, locate the key words, and read carefully to find out your answer. For example, in question 1, the key words are who Helen Gibson lived with. And you work individually and then compare your answer with a partner. You have 3 minutes to do. Do you understand the requirement? Yeah. Now start. Have you finished? Now speak loudly. Have you finished? Yes. So now you use your mobile phone to accept Kahoot to give the answer. Now, okay, the game pin is 5348079. Can you access? Thùy Dương, Khánh Ly, Vinh. Have you all access to the game? Who class? Yes. Okay, so let's start. The first question, we have one wrong answer and 29 correct answer B. So who can explain? Now who can explain? You please. Now you can read aloud. The sentence illustrates your answer in your textbook.
She was born in 1892 and lived with her parents and 4 sisters.
Helen Gibson lived with her parents and 4 sisters, not her father or not 5 sisters. Do you understand? Yes. Okay, so the next question. Okay, the second question. 26 students gave right answer. And who can explain? Who, please? Read aloud the sentence.
She was in her first show in 1910. It is a great success.
In 1910. So 1910 is correct answer. What about this question? Who illustrates the answer? Now you please. Rhyme girls on the rhyme page appear in the reading text. Others options are not correct. So C is correct answer. Now the next. How old was she when she performed what is thought to be her most famous stunt? Now who can explain the choice? Now you please. Can you explain? Okay, who can help me? Now, you.
She was born in 1892 and she died in 1977.
Now, how old was she when she performed? No?
She was in her first show in 1910.
1910. Now you please. Now okay, sit down.
The information, she was born in 1892 and the information in April 1915. Helen performed what is thought to be her most famous stunt.
So 1950 plus the year she was born 1892 equal 24 or 23. So 23 is a correct answer. The last question. You.
Because it died in 1977 at 5 years.
Okay. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay, so his choice is correct. Okay, so we rank first. We stand up, and Minh Anh ranks second, and follow is Khánh Ly. Congratulations. You are well done. So look through the answer you have chosen. So let's move on to the next part. Give a presentation of a woman you admire. Last period, I asked you to prepare for a presentation about a woman you admire at home. So, have you finished? Have you done? Yes. Which group volunteer? Which group volunteer first? Okay, now please come here and give your presentation.
Thị Thuý was born in 1950 in Chiêm, Tuyên Quang. She studied at Chiêm High School. This school has been established for 16 years. She studied at Denver University and joined the party on January 27, 1969. Some achievement about her is on January 2009, she was elected to the Secretariat of the Party Central Committee. On January 2016, she retired according to the regime. On April 14, 2016, she became the non-specialist vice president of the Vietnam Fatherland Front. And thank you for listening to the biography of Mrs. Thị Thuý.
Thank you, Nga. Come back the seat. Who volunteer next? Phú, please. Listen to him.
Hello everyone. Right now I will give you a video and you will watch the video on the screen and you will guess who is in the video. Are you ready? Yes! Are you ready? Yes! Let's see. Okay, right now can you guess the woman on the video? You please.
The queen in video is Queen Elizabeth II.
Your answer is correct. And right now I would like to talk to you about Elizabeth. Elizabeth was Queen of the United Kingdom and she was born on 21 April 1926 and she's the first of child. Elizabeth was Queen of the United Kingdom, and she was born on 21 April 1926, the first child of Prince Albert. And when her grandfather died in 1936, and her uncle succeeded as a ward, and she became second in the line to the throne after her father, and she is the longest serving person to the throne in the United Kingdom history. And Elizabeth get married with Philip on 20 November 1947 at the Westminster Abbey.
Okay, whole class. Now, do you have comments for Phú and Nga's presentation? Now? Okay, you, please. Anh?
I think you said HPT established in 1961. You said it was possible.
And as a comment. Okay, you, please.
A comment for Phú. You need to correctly the year 2022.
So, in general, Nga and Phú have prepared your presentation carefully, and your vocabulary and grammar are quite good. And at home, all of you should practice speaking every day. Practice makes perfect. Do you know this saying? Yeah. Now, so what have you learned today? Okay, Phú.
Today we have listened to some specific detail
Okay.
and read a text for specific information. Moreover, some vocabulary to gender equality.
Okay, you're right. And what can you do now? You?
Now, I can talk about famous women in the history.
Okay, today we listen to a talk for specific details, read a text for specific information, and we have learned some vocabulary related to gender equality. And now, you can talk about famous women in the history. And here is your homework. You do listening and reading exercise again. Do the exercise in workbook and prepare for the next lesson. Okay, class? Yes. Okay, the lesson is over. And whole class stand up. Goodbye, class.